You are watching the Pittsburgh Penguin Fan Show on Fan Media Network. I'm Joe Bartnick, your host, a Pittsburgh Penguin fan. Joining me now is Pittsburgh Penguin fan, my great friend, puck-off co-host, the one and only Andy Picarro. Yeah! Andy, the Penguins are in first place. How do you feel?
Well, I wouldn't have ever predicted it. As a matter of fact, I kind of, was tentative in putting them in the playoffs this year, let alone first place. It's been great. It was a great week. I can't believe that they played that well today against Boston. So, I was expecting at least one loss this week. I remember saying that last week. I was expecting one loss, so no complaints. There's literally nothing to complain about besides one third period.
Yeah, and I thought it was enjoyable. I enjoyed a little drama. Now, if we would have lost, I might not have, but I thought it was fun. It was 80s hockey. You get the chili goal, I thought it was great. Last week, all I did was list 7-10 grievances. This week, I literally have only one mediocre negative. So here's all my positives. Penguins are 23-2 at home. That bodes well if we get some home ice advantage. 23-2.
Wow.
We're just going to keep adding more fans. Jari, 15-2. Here's a big number. No Gino, no problemo, 13-4-2. I thought when Gino went out against Boston and then Casper was out, I thought it was the day the music died. I thought that was going to be it. They've all stepped up. Jari, okay, we were worried. I went on the radio. I was worried about his mental capacity, his maturity after that 6-goal, 5-goal problem the other Tuesday night against Jersey. He was mentally strong today. I thought I used to complain I was complaining he played the puck too much. He played the puck perfectly today. Maybe a half a flub the whole game. He stopped it when he should have. He moved. There were some times he didn't come out of the crease, especially against the top line. I thought fabulous goaltending today by Jari. I loved how Sid won the final faceoff against Bergeron. That was all you ever hear about is Bergeron faceoffs. He won a bunch. He didn't win the big one with the goal he pulled. Huge move. Also, Jeff Carter fitting in nicely. I think Carter's played great. I have absolutely no complaints with anything Carter's done. When he gets the wheels going, he's flying. He's being defensively responsible. I even like Erod's game. Erod's toned it down, his stupidness. I think he's played well, especially on the fourth line. The less I see him, I'm happy with. Ceci and Matheson, incredible. They're playing great lights out defense. My only minor complaint isn't even a knock on him. I still think Zucker is on the wrong side. He's always fumbling with the puck, but he's playing hard. He's getting chances. I just wish he was on his proper side. I think it's killing him. That's it. I have no complaints. How can you have any complaints? They went 4-0.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll let you try.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to counter it a little bit. And I really don't have that many complaints other than, they just do live and die off of their defensemen. Like, if Marino, Letang, and Matheson, if one of them has a bad game, it's tough to win. If two of them have a bad game, they're going to lose. If three of them have a bad game, they're going to get blown out. And that's something that's been good about this week is that those guys have been great. And I think that's something that the Penguins kind of go as their offensive defensemen go. And Ceci, you can honestly almost throw in that category. Ceci's piling points. I think he's having a career year, actually. I'm not sure if I'm right on that, but I think as far as games played, I think his point production which has got to be driving people in Toronto absolutely crazy. But he gets pucks to the net and he gets pucks up, but that's really what they do great is get pucks up. And whenever they falter is when it's kind of at their own blue line when they don't do that, because that's what changes them and makes them a great team is when Matheson, Letang, and Marino really take over the game at their own blue line moving forward.
I thought Ceci stepped up a few times and cut the playoff brilliantly. Matheson's stick all week Matheson's played exceptional defense this week. I mean, really, he really has. And Letang, after I thought had a crap last week, Letang was great. Dumo, did you see the stat this week? Dumo is since in the last 2 years, he's the highest plus minus of any defenseman. He's like plus 65.
Yeah, I didn't see that
I'm going to
stat.
have it ready for puck off.
But
I hate to tease the people watching this show, but it's like it's literally it's him. He's first, and then McDonough's second. Char is in there, and then the top five, and Graves from Colorado is in the top five. That's like the top five.
yeah, no, they've been really good, and I think that the one thing that I've been negative about them all year, this is one of their best weeks. Today was definitely one of their best games. I don't think Boston played great today, but I'm not going to take that away from the Penguins. Defensive zone coverage is finally seems like it's there. Like they're way better. They've been way better in their own zone. And again, maybe playing Buffalo and in New Jersey helped that because they were able to kind of figure things out a little bit for a couple of weeks. But I think they've been night and day better over the past month in their own zone.
You know what I think today too? I don't think Boston played as mean and nasty as they could have. But I think they were trying not to make any mistakes, and they only made a couple, and the one of them ended up in the back of their net. They lost because of an icing, and then their fourth line was out against our top line. Our top line looks great against their top line, which I really like that. And when you look at that team and you think, if now we don't, in 3 weeks, we're not going to have to play Jankowski and Rodriguez or Jankowski and Sevier, and you're going to have Gino and Tanev, and everyone moves down the notch. Who knows what's going to happen to players? We could get swept. But, I really like the way they look. Carter makes a huge difference on that team. God
the
damn,
biggest
I
plus
love
is
it.
depth. The biggest plus is depth now with Carter. They have depth with speed, which is why I think we're going to definitely see Rodriguez over, like, let's say Freddie Gaudreau, and Jankowski's definitely going to go out. I think we will see Rodriguez stay because I think that there's an emphasis on speed. Today, Boston really couldn't keep up. They could get nasty if they wanted to, but, maybe they didn't have their legs. It's an afternoon game, but, I thought the Penguins you can't tell in shots and maybe possession time, but I thought the Penguins really outplayed them today. It was a 1-0 win, but I thought the Penguins outplayed them as big as you can without it showing on the score sheet.
In scoring chances, they completely in grade A scoring chances were like 8-1. The other thing was Casper played great today. I know he had that one little flub at the blue line, but man, he was flying. Get him with Gino. And then Carter has his own line. That's the thing. When Carter's out there, it's like we have another line. And that's even including Bluger's line.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too, I know 4-0, but I want to touch on this too because we touched on it right before the show, and then we'll move along. We got to get out of here. But, the Devils, unlike Buffalo, the Devils may not win that many games, but they got guys that can play. And so beating them 3 times is not easy. Because Sharon Govich and Miles Wood, they're not an easy team to play against. And they can Nico Hischier, Hughes looked great, and we beat him. It wasn't an easy 3-game sweep as I think some people want to make it out to be. Devils got some players that can bury you. Obviously, they scored 6 goals in a period.
Yeah. No, I think that was certainly true. I still think that, a loss there would have been acceptable. So to just have one win where a third period there was a collapse, it is nitpicking to say that there was anything wrong with this week.
Yeah. And just think, Gino skated full on with the team, just wearing the "Don't Touch Me." So they say he's coming back this week against the Capitals. Freddie's skating with the team. Tanev is skating on his own. Angelo, I guess, cleaned somebody's clock in Wilkes-Barre and then fought. So he's ready to go. I'm fired up. It's time for our LinkedIn fan special. Penguins fans, connect with me on LinkedIn, and you will see our Penguins fan show in your feeds. Provide comments and or questions for the show. I did not check LinkedIn today. I had a busy day. I got a new recliner just in time to see Barbecue Bruce. Says Sid for MVP. So that was fantastic. So looking ahead real quick, we got 1 more against Boston and 2 against the Caps. What do you think? I think if we can either win, I'd like to bury Boston. I'd like to them open it up and we win, and then split against Washington. That's my hope.
I think that they're going to get one of the best games Boston can play. So I'm not looking for a win against Boston. I think that now we've officially entered. They're first in the division. I think that. I mean, how many points up are they like out of not making the playoffs? Now it's an impossibility. Basically, just don't get hurt. These are the 2 weeks where you don't get hurt. That's all that matters.
Knock on
I don't
wood.
care.
You're jinxing us. You're jinxing us.
They've been hurt all year. You can't jinx them. They've been hurt all year. This is all that matters now.
A couple guys haven't been hurt all year, so that's saying.
I'm not worried about. Like we've talked about it. I'm not worried about first place, second place, third place, fourth place, whatever. They got to get through this division, no matter which way it's cut. Just stay healthy.
I like the way home ice is shaping up, though. I would not mind home ice. That's Andy Picarro. I'm Joe Bartnick. That's our show.
To host a fan show or appear as a fan on a fan show, simply create a profile on Fan Media's iOS app or website. Select your teams and make a short intro video on your phone. Show hosts, reporters, former players, and superfans can use our Get Verified feature and make an intro video as well, and our mobile newsroom staff will reach out.